All right, man. It says I'm back. Is everybody still hot or everybody gone? Did I just drop the whole world? Did everybody just leave? Everybody is like, what is going on? Is it live or is it not live? We lost everything, Tom. Crazy Uncle, you're still there? All right, cool. Thanks, man. Everything's back. Yeah, it's Streamlabs, so if the stream goes down, we have a bunch of weather here, so it's not weird if the stream goes down for a minute or two. Although it's not extreme, so I'm not sure. But the stream went down for a second, not on my end, I think it was the internet. And then Streamlabs tries to reestablish. Last time it did that, it reestablished the stream, but it didn't get audio. So I just did a hard reboot. Is it live or is it Memorex? A little bit of both. A little bit of both. I think it might have been a little something with Twitch. I tried a couple other channels and they were gone a few seconds too. Sorry about that. So I did a hard fix, which means it'll probably just be a handful of us because other people probably got kicked out. That's a bummer. What are you going to do? Oh, so Tom keeps going, hey, I'm all done painting, and then painting again.
Well, what I realized is I painted all these parts before.
Yeah.
Which is nice. They're still together, everything where it needs to be. When you clip them,
yeah,
you end up chipping paint.
Oh, so it takes a corner off and you got to go back.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're coming back.
The shock absorbers, they were fine. I cut them off, paint chip.
Oh no.
Now there's a bunch of white showing, so you got to go back and do that.
I don't love that.
Or I don't even think it's the paint chipping. I think what happens is the plastic is no longer touching, so
right.
That was never painted.
Right, it was literally not painted because there was a clip in the way. Well, anyway, thanks for sticking it out with us, kids. I am sorry we couldn't make it yesterday. Tom had a harrowing adventure yesterday.
Yeah, I did snow removal for 15 hours, 11 a.m. to 2:30 a.m.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm still feeling it. I feel it in my legs today, especially.
I would hope so.
Well, to be fair, I was feeling it in my back and shoulders, but I put Icy Hot on them, so now I'm like good as new.
Yeah.
So, see how quickly I am to pick something off the floor when it wears off.
I was going to say that's what being young feels like. Ansley Points, first time chatter, thank you so much. I wish I could get a car build kit. Ansley, where do you live, man? Go get one. Go get one, Ansley. Look, when Tom's first build was, how do we say this politely, Tom?
Terrible.
A fiasco. Yeah, it was not great. It was not great. And you were on kit number 7 or 8 now, and we've learned a ton. You just got to get in there and get your hands messy, man. And you can start with, I think the first one we did was like a snap kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
No paint, no glue. It just kind of went together. And that might have been a little too easy for you.
That one was a little too easy. And then the next one was a whole different ballpark.
Crazy Uncle, I stayed in bed all day yesterday. I stayed in bed all day Wednesday, Uncle. You don't even know. It was ugly. I left the house for 2 hours to go run the snowblower. Right back to bed, man. I'm still feeling gross. I live in the Philippines, so it's hard to find a build kit. In the Philippines, interesting. What is Goon Plus? What is Goon Plus? Actually, it's becoming more difficult to find kits around here. We've been using mostly Amazon, although Although this kit is an OG. It came from an old school collector that, well, I don't want to call him old, but David is older than us.
Yeah, that's how we'll put it.
And so this kit's from like 90 or something like that.
We looked, it was like 2000.
2000. So it's like 20 years old. Yeah.
2001.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's like 20 years old. Oh, I almost, Gunpas are Gundam build kits. I love Gundam. I got a buddy in LA who has a full Gundam collection and does the full Gundam giant kits. Yeah.
Wow, 2001 is 23 years ago. That just hit me.
Yeah, it's 20 years ago. It does. The year 2000 feels like yesterday. It's not.
Weird.
Yeah.
I saw something that was like 1934 and 1984
Yeah.
are the same distance of 1984 and now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And I was thinking like, that's why all the like kids are so out of touch with me, because I'm the old man now.
Yeah, you're definitely the old man. The other day I saw a, what was it, like a 86, like, K car. You know what I'm talking about, those Plymouth K cars, those square bodies? They were grocery getters back in the early 90s, right? Mm-hmm. It was like an 88, 89, something like that. And I was like, look, somebody's grandma went out to get groceries. And coming out of the grocery store to get in this car was like a 30-year-old hipster. And I went, oh yeah. Oh yeah, these are classic cars now.
That's funny.
Yeah, crazy.
The other day my dad's like, yeah, you got an old truck. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's an 04.
Yeah. I got a 91 S10 in my driveway, and I've literally had people stop and like want to check it out. I'm like, yo, this was 1991. I was in high school, man.
Right? This isn't that fancy of a vehicle.
No. Wait until you get into the ones like Model T Fords and big rigs where you have to build the frame from a pile of parts. Yeah, look, it's getting more complicated. Each kit has been more detailed. Crazy Uncle, I still want to party like it's 1999. Look, do you know where you were? Do you know where you were New Year's Eve 1999?
You better, even I do.
I do, and I was, and hey, if you were anything like me, you was watching Prince do that song on TV. I've seen Chevettes in car shows. Hey, Crazy Uncle, I've been on the hunt. I've been on the hunt for a Chevette for a minute. You know what? You cannot find one. I know where there's one. But all the windows are busted out. It's been sitting out for like 10 years. Crazy Uncle says I was at my house. Hey, Ansley, did you get your first chat dance? I don't think you did. Here's your Ansley, King of the Philippines. Here comes your first chat dance. Here it comes. Thanks for being here, man. Welcome to the parish. Thank you so much. We are doing, I don't know if you caught it, Ainsley, we're doing an 86 Elko, which is sort of funny because neither Tom nor I have ever owned an 86 Elko. The closest I came is I had a 64 Rancho. 64 Rancho is the closest I get to an 86 Elko. That's a weird jump. Cool. Yeah, that's what we're building. And I'm North, and that's Brother Tom over there. I'm a full-time pastor and a full-time nerd. This is Friday. It's our build day. Monday's our game day. Tuesday's Bible study. Thursday's church. And today we just hanging out. I'm nursing a cold. I don't always sound quite so stuffy, but welcome in. Enjoy yourself. Pull up a chair. Pineapple, did you order meatloaf? Pineapple, did you order meatloaf? Can you order meatloaf? There's the quest right there. Can you order takeaway meatloaf in the UK? I would assume the answer to that question is absolutely not.
Yeah, I feel like that would be a safe assumption.
There's not many places you can get takeaway meatloaf here.
Yeah, and we'd be the ones to do it.
If you were going to get meatloaf to take home tonight, where would you try to go get it?
Safeway.
Yeah, Safeway. Yeah.
They have them with the rotisserie chickens. And if they're out, go to Fred Meyer.
Crazy Uncle says, I never had one of those car truck El Camino Ranchos, etc., but I want one. Just hold on, man. There's one coming out next year, 25. 25, the new.
Oh, yeah.
Is it the new Elko or the new Rancho comes out in 25? It's a Ford. It's the Ford, right? Is it the Rancho? It's the Rancho, I think. It's not both. It's only one company. Is it Chevy or is it Ford? I think it's Ford.
It's Ford.
Yeah, the new Rancho comes out next year. Or you could get in that used Trader mag and the Chevy one, the last Chevy. Oh, the Chevy, it wasn't, they didn't call it El Camino, but let's be honest, that's what it was. Came out in 2010. What was that thing called? It didn't sell very well. It was basically a hot rod.
Really?
Yeah, what's it called?
I didn't even know they made one.
Yeah, there was one in the mid 2000s. I'll look it up real quick. No grocery store here sells meatloaf anymore. Yeah, Safeway here has got them in the deli aisle. If it's not 60s or 70s, it's not real. Look, I had a 64 Ranchero, which is basically well, look, it was more car than truck, let's be honest. It didn't haul very well. And it came originally with a Sprint 200, which we immediately pulled out and put a 289 in. It turns out in a 64 Ranchero, if you put a 289 in, all you got to do is go to the junkyard and pull the drive shaft out of a late 60s Mustang, and it mounts right up, bro. The links are perfect. Although I bet that drive shaft is unfindable now. We just pulled it out of the junkyard back in the day. Yeah, it's a Falcon. It's a Falcon. Hey, thank you so much for the follow, Ansley. Appreciate you. Pineapple said, I couldn't find any meatloaf. I ordered a stir-fry kebab with chili sauce, fries, salad, fried onions, peppers. Yes, please. Oh, see, you ruined it right there at the end, Pineapple. I was all in on your order until you said Reese's peanut butter milkshake. Not my jam. Look, I love Reese's peanut butter. It's the milkshake part that gets me. Not for me. It's been a difficult week for this. I need some comfort food. Good on you. You take care of you, Pineapple. Finding parts at a junkyard is the best thing because to do is it's cheaper. Usually it's cheaper. Although you try to get classic parts at a junkyard right now, you're going to pay for them.
I remember with my old van, what was I looking for? Might have been a radiator. They had an old van, and the guy said, we've got one out there, but I'll warn you, man, it's pretty picked through.
Yeah.
Because it was an 84. We go out there. It's pretty much just a metal box.
Yeah. Yeah, I had to get a balancing wheel. What do they call that wheel that sits right in the front that balances? It sits in front of the timing belt. And anyway, it doesn't matter. I had to get one of those balancing wheels for a 350. And it was, for my S10. Mm-hmm. By the way, don't put a 350 in an S10. But anyway, I did it, and I needed this balancing wheel, and so I went to the junkyard, and they sent me to an old van, and they said, "You're looking for a 350?" I'm like, "Yep." So I went to the Chevy section. I'm walking through, and sure enough, there's this old van, like 78, 79, and it was absolutely gutted. There was no interior. There were no seats. There was no windshield. Gutted.
Right.
But the timing wheel or the balance wheel was still on there.
Oh, cool.
And it was exactly what I needed. Yep. Those are not fun to work on, man. You gotta you're like bent over because the engine compartment is so small. Harmonic balancer. Thank you, Crazy Uncle. That's what I needed. And yeah, there were a lot of crossover parts. We used a drive shaft. I think we went ahead and upgraded some of the suspension on the rear end, and it was all plug and play. Pineapple says, I passed my level 4 for ukulele. Tom, I can play chords C, A, G, D, F, A minor, G7, E minor, E7 now. Yo, you can
Cool.
play like every worship song ever written.
Yeah, you can play a lot with all those chords.
Hey, Ainsley, you have a good night. You have a good night, man. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for the follow. We do this every Friday. We'll see you next week, man. Enjoy it. I'm telling you, Amazon.com. Order you a kit. Amazon.com. Start. It's a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun.
Oh, and by the way, send me pictures of your Gundam build, man. There's a place right here you can brag about your build. Send us some pictures of your Gundams. I'd love to see it. Alrighty. Hey, I appreciate it, man. That'd be awesome. Seriously, we also, Tom puts up pictures of his builds because sometimes on the stream you can't see. I can only zoom in so far. And if I zoom in too far, you don't see all the accoutrement. But he puts up pictures every week of his process. So if you miss a stream, you can still keep up. All right, I'm gonna get stuffed up. Tom, I'm gonna go grab a cold drink to try to unstuff myself.
Alrighty.
I shall return. Tom will entertain you. Of course, you can spend your channel points and make him dance. Feel free to do that. He loves it.
Try working on a Ford E350 with a 460. It's basically a Ford van with a big block in it. Huh. Pineapple, you got little demos of you playing ukulele? I have to check that out. How long have you had it now? Three weeks, cool. So what do you like better, ukulele or saxophone? How's the ukulele tuned? It might be similar to guitar, and then you could just swap over. They're definitely both different, that's for sure.
I don't know what happened. It's pretty warm out here today. It's been so cold the last couple weeks.
Yeah, well, it's probably about 20 instead of 2.
Yeah, that's the difference.
That goes a long way.
My dad bought an old Ford camper, and I got the most enjoyable job of putting the hoses, the belts, and the plugs and wires on it. Yup. So, hey, is it true that a ukulele and a bass actually play the same way? Is that true? In terms of where the strings are and where the notes are, I mean? Does anybody know? Do you know, Tom? Is a bass and a ukulele the same?
I don't know. I know the bass is just the top 4 strings of the guitar. But I don't know about ukuleles. Like the bass, just like the guitar is E, A, G, D.
Right.
But I was telling Pineapple, if they're tuned like that, then she could just switch back and forth. Oh,
Yeah.
G, C, E, A. Yeah, that's significantly different.
Is it upside down? No.
Either way, A, E, C, G, you wouldn't be able to just switch.
No.
What would, oh, top to bottom. So what would happen if you tuned your bass like a ukulele?
Yeah, you could string it that way. You could tune it that way. Is it like a drop? It's not a drop D tune. Because a drop D tune is basically a half capo, right?
Yeah. You move down, or you move down 2 whole.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. 2 whole notes. E, E flat to D.
Crazy Uncle says, somehow the muffler shop broke the exhaust manifold and I had to put the headers on that pile of junk. Hey, that's awesome, dude. Hey, as it should be. Look, I got a real philosophy that it's great to put $1,000 part on a $200 car. I think I love that kind of life, man. You're living that roadkill life, bro. I think the bass is the same as the ukulele in some respects. Probably. You don't really strum a bass though, right? A ukulele, you don't pick a ukulele, do you? Don't you? Isn't it like a full strum like a guitar? I guess you can pick a guitar too, huh?
Yeah, I've never really messed around with a ukulele. I have a banjo, that was kind of cool. But we kind of cheated. I don't know how they're usually tuned. We just tuned it like a guitar.
Yeah, I don't know what they're supposed to be.
So then everyone that knew how to play guitar could play around with the banjo.
Is a banjo tuned like a guitar? I think so. Same number of strings, right? No, they're doubles, aren't they? They're tuned like a 12 string.
Is it? I know it's got...
Or is that a mandolin? That's a mandolin.
It's got that one section where it loses a string.
Yeah.
Mid-neck.
It's just not there, yeah. Crazy Uncle says, did your field maneuver didn't work? I'm still sick. I was trying to, I didn't get a new camera. We got a new camera set up. And so I was trying to get my camera to focus. It felt out of focus to me. Look, I figured it out. I got a new favorite camera. Look, I'll tell the story. I got a new favorite camera, and the problem is, well, it's not a problem. It was a problem. I think we've repaired it. But the problem is I got this new camera that I just love the color on it. It's this one right here. So I was using it upstairs, and we were having problems with the M50 down here. By the way, I took that M50 upstairs, Tom, and didn't use any of the extensions, just the single extension, and it works fine. So I think it was power delivery. So I'm gonna use it upstairs. So the point is, I had 2 of these cameras, one for down here and one for the other studio, right? My Monday, Tuesday studio. Everybody online, the whole world said, you cannot use 2 of these cameras on one system because they have the same name. And the software you need to run the camera, that's what everybody said, to run the camera. You hear that? Run the camera. Won't accept 2 cameras with the same name. But I was stuck, and I have another camera which I just moved over there that I don't really like the color palette of. I want all these colors to be the same. So I brought it down. I said, I'm gonna try it anyway. And it turns out all those people online are completely wrong. What you have to do is you plug this camera in. It's a Razer Cairo. There's 3 Razer Kairos. We got the middle level. Anyway, you plug it in and you tune the camera with the software. Then you unplug it. You put the second camera in, you tune it with the software, then you unplug it. Then you run both cameras without the software, and guess what? They remember all your settings. Hello! Yep, I'm a super genius, Tom. That's what I'm trying to say.
Right? No one else tried it.
I'm smarter than the whole internet. And I'm only saying that because it's working today. On Thursday when it doesn't work and I'm screaming at it, remind me that I'm a super genius. Yeah. But as of right now, it works. Mandolin has 12, the banjo has 6. Yeah, but the mandolin cheats, right? It's 2 strings next to each other. Like a 12-string guitar doesn't really have 12 strings. It has 6. But 2 strings are like different gauges at the same point. Is that correct, Tom? They play the same note. They're tuned the same, but they're a step, or not a step, they're an octave apart.
Yeah, to get that twang.
To make it sound like there's 2 guitar players. Or is that natural? It's not natural reverb. What would it be? Intonement, I guess. Is that the right word? Harmony, natural harmony.
Yeah. And then, yeah, it just plays like a regular guitar.
Nobody thinks my comment that mandolins cheat was fair. All right, look. Mandolins do cheat. So Wile E. Coyote was a genius. Wait, was it Wile E. Coyote that was a genius, or was it Marvin the Martian that was a genius? Which one always called himself a genius? Or was that the little mouse that was trying to take over the world? Which one called themselves a genius? Was it Wile E. Coyote?
It couldn't be Wile E. Coyote because he never talked, did he?
Oh yeah. Which one called? Look, which cartoon called themselves genius all the time? I thought it was Marvin the. No. What was the? What are we going to do today? We're going to take over the world. What cartoon was that?
Oh, Pinky and the Brain.
Was it Pinky and the Brain that said genius? Oh, Wile E. Coyote had those cards and could talk. You're right.
I forgot about that.
You're right. He'd pick up one of the, like a sign, and it would have 2 or 3 words on it. Yep. Pinky and the Brain. Yep. What are we going to do today, Pinky? The same thing we do every day. Take over the world.
I imagine that's what my rats say when they're in their cage. What are we going to do today, Penelope? Same thing we do every day, Bitey.
Yep.
Try to get away for some reason. They literally, I give them whatever they want. And they're always trying to get away. I'm like, stop it.
Look, Tom, if you really love them, you would set them free. If they love you back, they'll return. I have a 12-string guitar before. It kept going out of tune really easy. I found it easier to play than a 6-string. Easier to play. Really. I don't think I've ever heard anybody say that, but it might be if you play by touch, if you play by, well, I guess everybody plays by feel, don't they? There are more strings to grab. You probably really know when you're on. I'm not sure. Yeah, no, Pineapple, you talk about the right thing. Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner. Yep. Look, there's a cartoon where they say, I'm a super genius. Look, you know what? Look. You know what's going to happen. I'm going to Google this. Now, somebody said, I'm a super genius. It's Wile E. Coyote. He does speak, Tom. Yep, he's the one that says super genius. Beginning in 1952, Rabbit introduces himself as Wile E. Coyote Super Genius, voiced by Mel Blanc. Look, this is Wikipedia, man. You can't argue with Wikipedia.
So it was like a one-time thing.
Yeah. Okay, look, who knew that? Who knew that? Some of y'all are smarter than me. Yeah, he mostly says beep beep. He does mostly say beep beep. Beep beep. How did you remember that? Look, I just want to know how you look. I remember the super genius. That's all I remember though. I don't remember anything else. Don't know how you remembered. My Explorer show is not working. Why is that not working? Why is it not? Why does it hate me? Oh, I see. I see. Pretty wild. I kind of want to play the audio clip now because it's so cool. Yeah, here it is. Here's a little description of Wile E. Coyote. And apparently, at one point, he was described as a super genius. That's the part I remember. Awesome. So that was Mel Blanc, huh? Mel Blanc, I think he did all the voices for years. He did so many voices. Apparently you spell genius G-E-N-I-U-S in case you're wondering.
Wile E. Coyote, super genius.
There you go. You guys hear it? Did you hear it? Yeah, Mel Blanc's was like the everything for a minute, right? Oh, ad break. I'm going to play the audio here in just a second because you were right. You were right. Wile E. Coyote, super genius. Look, there's things that stick in your head from childhood, and those cartoons are like well before my time. But I was definitely growing up in that era of replays, right? Syndicated cartoons. All right, let me pull this down. You guys got to hear this. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Here we go.
Super genius. Super genius. Like the way that rolls out. Wile E. Coyote. Super
genius. I found it, Tom. I found it, Tom. We're listening to it over and over. See if we can get in trouble. We're going to see if we get in trouble.
I like the way that rolls out. Wile E. Coyote, super genius.
Weird.
Awesome. And then he gets hit by a train. You guys know how these cartoons work.
Oh, and that's when he loses his ability to speak?
Yeah. I'm going to get that as a channel redemption. I should. Let me look it up. I bet I could find that one. Actually, I think the last one I did, I just made my own because they didn't have what I wanted. Lately, I've been making my own. I'm getting a little burnt on these chip tunes, Tom. I might change it, to be honest. It's starting to burn my head.
Yeah, they're a little
intense, right?
Right.
I thought it would be fun today, but I'm like, my head hurts. This one's called Happy Vibes. Let's try this one. By the way, we do have a new channel redemption. You're allowed to change the color of Tom's fire. It's a new redemption. Or if you want to mess with one of our cameras, you can change any of our camera settings. Just letting you know, new redemption. I thought it was fun at the time. It's only been redeemed a couple times. It's not real cheap. It's a little bit more expensive, but... By the way, Disco, I don't know if you're still in the house or not. Did you get your hot sauce, brother? Should have been there probably today, maybe tomorrow. Did you get your hot sauce? I think I did it correctly. After I posted it, I wasn't completely convinced that I got the weight right. So if it comes back to me in a couple days, I'll know I got the weight wrong.
Didn't he say last week that it was at his parents' house or something?
Yeah, I shipped it to his folks. But his folks are going to go see him next month, so it just has to be there this month. Hasn't showed up yet? Okay. Look, I weighed it. Instead of going to the post office, I weighed it myself and did the math. So we are kind of leaning on the fact that I know what I'm doing, which is tricky. You got the postcard? Oh, good. So I got the address right. Cool. I sent them like, I don't know, a week apart, maybe a little more. North, do I play anything like musically? No. I played bass in a hardcore band in college, but I wouldn't say that I played. That's what I did. I had a fretless Fender P bass.
Ooh, fretless basses are cool.
Yeah, so I played that in a hardcore band. This band was ridiculous though, Tom. There were 2 bass players, 2 drummers, 3 singers, 4 guitar players. It was just
Chaos.
mayhem. But that was fun. I'm trying to think if I've ever played anything else. I've owned a bunch of guitars and I play a little bit here and there, but nothing that you would call music. Every few years, I'm like, yo, I'm going to play guitar again. I loved it. And then I start playing and go, nah, I didn't love it. I guess I didn't love it.
I've been playing half of my life now.
Yeah.
15 years
It's
old,
part of who you are now. I played Cajon in a worship team for a bunch of years. But as you can see, even when I play here at Cajon, playing it and being good at it are different things. You know, just keep the rhythm. That's pretty much what I do. Maybe I could ask Tom to give me lessons. I could. Tom's actually pretty good. Crazy Uncle used to play a mean air guitar. Yeah. Yeah, my band, I'm trying to think. I started to say what the name of the band was, and now I can't remember. I think, let me think about it. I can't remember what the name was. That's how dedicated to the band I was. Oh, I know. It was Flannel Tuesday. Flannel Tuesday. Can you tell how much in the grunge era we were? We were Flannel Tuesday. Mm-hmm. Yep. Hey, but you got to admit, you know exactly, if I say, hey, man, it's just a Flannel Tuesday, you know exactly what I mean. Did anyone do that singing into the hairbrush thing, or is that a girl thing? I don't remember singing into the hairbrush. I don't remember doing that, but I have done karaoke, like actually in Asia with other karaoke people, and it's crazy. That culture is so different. That kind of like, we're all going to get together, sit in a room, have some food, and sing. I'm real inward when it comes to that. That whole like sing along with other people's stuff, it's tricky for me, man. It's tricky. I do it on Sunday mornings. I do it on Thursdays. Heck, me and Tom sing on Thursdays, but it's not comfortable for me. I'm getting more comfortable with it. I ain't no good. You can play air saxophone. I don't even know how to hold my hands. Does the saxophone have those little rings that you like hook your pinky on so you know you're in the right spot? Do you know what I'm talking about? Or is that a clarinet that has the little, where you slide your hand up and there's a ring that catches your pinky so you know your finger's in the right place? That trumpet, that's trumpet, isn't it? That's trumpet. I don't know if saxophone has one of those. There are a couple bands with saxophones in it today that are starting to become stuff. It's a thumb rest. Oh, it's your thumb that catches it, not your pinky. Is it your thumb that catches? So does it take the weight of the trumpet? Is that what's up? Huh. No, wait, you're talking about the saxophone. So there's a rest. Okay, so when you're holding the saxophone, you have the thumb behind it, right? You're like this, and your thumb is behind the spine of it or whatever. And so there's a hook that holds your thumb, so it holds the weight. Tom, do you know who Crazy Chops is?
No.
The saxophone band?
No, I've never heard of them. Are they cool?
Yeah, I'll play some here in a second. I just got a phone call, though. It's a work thing. I better take this call. I'll be right back, and we'll play some Lucky Chops for you guys. I'm determined to get a copyright strike today, aren't I?
I believe in you. I used to sing into not a hairbrush, but do you guys have that that garden faucet that hooks into the hose, but it's not the spray one? It's a spray one, but it's not like the short one like a gun. It's a long one. So it would be like this. Anyway, I would take those and pretend it was a microphone on a mic stand, and I'd sing into that. There are a lot of ways of playing. So like 4 ways to play B flat, 3 ways to play F. So you need to be able to move your hands around move your hands a bit. So there's just the right hand thumb rest at the back. Okay, kind of keep it still and stuff. I never played any mouth instrument. I wanted to play the saxophone in elementary school, but I had braces, and apparently you can't play with that with braces. I don't know if that's a real thing or if that's just what my parents told me. So I ended up playing guitar. I have a harmonica I fiddle around with, but I would by no means say I know how to play harmonica.
She wanted to drop off soup. I love soup. Soup is good.
So I just found out that I could have played saxophone with braces. That's just something my parents told me.
Your parents just didn't want you playing saxophone. Look, they didn't want you in one of them jazz bands getting into all kinds of trouble.
So here's something funny. So I've got my water here. Well, my first water, I took that bourbon pecan syrup and put 3 pumps in it.
On purpose.
It tasted like that. So I thought, well, I'll do it with the French vanilla. All I did was make weird tasting water.
Yeah, no. So you're putting the syrups in straight water.
Yeah.
The coffee syrups.
Yeah. The bourbon pecan tasted good, but the French vanilla one, it didn't work. It just tastes like weird water.
Yeah, it sounds terrible.
I'm gonna drink it though.
All right. He said, I'm gonna drink this weird water anyhow.
The other day when we were working, we were talking about drinking hose water.
Yeah.
I like it. I like that taste.
You like that slightly rubberized water?
Yeah, I've always loved it. I think
Really?
now what I like about it is if I'm doing it, it's because I'm super hot and
Yeah.
it's to keep me alive.
And
And now it's
absolutely
just
will.
like that nostalgic taste. If I had a jug full of it, I probably wouldn't like it.
Yes. Here is that car we were talking about, Tom. It's 04. 2004 was the last one.
Oh, those. I guess I didn't realize that back end was truck style.
I think it is. Is it not open? Yeah, it's a tonneau.
Huh.
Isn't it? Am I losing my mind, Tom?
That would make more sense than just a giant trunk.
Well, because it would be a massive... Hold up. Let's actually show people what we're talking about. Here's the car we're talking about. Ah, that's not it. The saxophone has a smaller, slimmer mouthpiece than a clarinet. I tried the clarinet. I found it uncomfortable to play. I suppose they would all have to have different mouthpieces. That is the only thing that actually makes sense, right?
That's true. Different. Otherwise,
They would all have the same tone or...
yeah.
So that's the Chevy SSR. SSR, SSH. SSR, SSH. SSR, SSH. What's it called? SSR. This is the LS version. Of course it is. Apparently, they're absolutely undrivable, Tom.
Really?
Yeah, it's got an LS in it, like for a full-size truck, and there's just no weight. So any weather at all, like a wet road, it just, forget it. Keep it home. All right. Well, I don't think we actually said congratulations, Donnie. Congrats on the new job, bro.
Yeah, congratulations.
Good on you. I hope it is easy and comfortable work, not too taxing. You can keep doing the rest of your things. I hope that all works out. I really do. Do, 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 do. All right, we can get our battle royale on as I'm trying to nurse this stuffy head. Oh man, did Uncle Diddy just stab me? Yup. Now he's going after Disco. I'm out. Oh, Orange Crush wouldn't have anything of it. He stabbed Unc right in his belly. He ain't playing. Do 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 do. Oh man, Pineapple, I'm just... I hope so. I need to be feeling better. Uncle Diddy for the win. Congratulations, Unc. Congratulations. Wait, I got Unc up here in the house. I thought he was doing a 12-hour stream a day. I think he's just lurking. He must be lurking in on us. Or no, you know what that is? That's Auntie. That's Auntie flashing around the internet as he's streaming. That's what that is. I'm telling you, look, I know all their tricks. Do. We appreciate it though. Lurkin's love. Yeah, I hope it's just a head cold. I hope it's just a head cold. I got to be able to have a voice on Sunday. That's always the tricky thing. I get. What do they call it? What's the opposite of congestion? Drainage. I get drainage. Yep. And so then, which is fine, but after a couple of days, then your voice gets pretty ragged. When I say your voice, I mean mine, but yeah. I think this background music is a little better for what we're doing, Tom, but now I want to take a nap. Do 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 do. So you wanted to play saxophone, not guitar?
Yeah. Well, originally I wanted to play guitar when I was a little kid.
Yeah.
Then I wanted to play saxophone.
Yeah.
And then I went back to guitar.
Huh. So what, you were going to be like a ska guy?
No, there was that, what song is it?
You never did ska?
That do, that song.
Yeah.
I thought it was really cool and I wanted to be able to play that.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, I want to play saxophone.
What did I say I was going to play? I said I was going to play something when I came back. What was it?
Some saxophone band.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Crazy Chops.
That's it. I was thinking like the Clarinet 4, but that doesn't sound right.
Yeah, I will, Pineapple. I will. Tom and I will break here in a little bit for lunch. And then I'll do just that. Because, yeah, I need to clear my head. Let me look this up real quick. The problem is I can't play very much of it without getting in trouble. Let's see what I got. Oh, it's not crazy. It's lucky. If I spell it right, it'll work better.
If you have a utility meter like this on the side of your house, you can get paid to go solar for...
Here we go, Lucky Chops. Y'all ready? That's saxophone, man. Anyway, if I play more than that, I'm gonna get in trouble. I'm not showing the video again because let's not get my channel taken over. Okay.
See, that's the kind of thing that only happens in big cities.
Oh, playing in a subway like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you'd never see a band set up at the bus plaza.
Probably not. Well, not here. You might in a warm city.
Yeah, but that's what I mean, like a bigger city, like Seattle. If I was at the bus station in Seattle and someone just started playing,
Yeah, you'd be
I'd be like, oh, wow, yeah, Seattle.
they're like busking or whatever. Yeah, I saw a band playing, well, I'm trying to think, the smallest city I've been in that I've seen a band playing live just on the street is probably Seattle. Probably Seattle. I know people around here think it's a giant town. It isn't.
That's crazy to me. Places are bigger than Seattle. Because I'll go to Seattle and just look around like, this place is huge.
Yeah, no, it's not. Look, I like Seattle, actually. I think it's an interesting place. It's just, when people say, oh man, it's a huge town, I'm like, it just isn't, bro.
It's huge for here.
Yeah, you got to follow that up with the Pink Panther tune.
Oh,
exactly.
They might not know. Seattle's way bigger than us, and we're still the second biggest town.
No, I know. Seattle's like three times as big as us, and we're the second biggest in the state. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, we're not a particularly large city either. One of the first things I learned was the opening bars of Care Whispers. The opening bars of Care Whispers. I don't know what that means. What is Care Whispers? Care Whispers. Is it a song? Oh, George Michael? That one? Wham? Are we thinking the same thing? Is that what you're talking about? You're talking about the George Michael song? Yeah, okay, I do know. No, I saw Care Whisper, and I thought Care Whisper. Although even if you'd said Careless Whispers, I might have got it wrong. But yeah, George Michael. Yeah, look, you and Strovista, man. You and Strovista, love them. Wham. Yup. George Michael. Can you still play it? Pardon me. I'm just gonna keep hydrating. Keep hydrating. I haven't heard Careless Whispers in a minute. Let me see if I can play a piece of it without getting in trouble here. Let me try. Let me turn the odds off, and then I'll just jump to the middle of it, give everybody an idea what it is, if I can remember. Yup. Yup, I know this. Oh man, George Michael had a voice too. We're talking about people that had like proper like rock singing voices. George Michael was a little more ballady, but he had a good voice. Yeah, it's the bridge part. Never wanna care again. There is a saxophone like solo almost. It's not a solo, it's a bridge. Is it the bridge part? All right, you might be right. You know more about music than I do, no question. The actual sax solo part, that's cool. So that's why you started playing. That's like, I want to learn that first thing. All right. I've heard a lot of people say they started playing bass because they wanted to play, what is it, Mr. Roboto? No, no. I Am Iron Man.
Oh.
Yeah. That bass part's pretty cool. Iron Man, right? The name of the song? Yeah. You know, of all the people we were talking about rock singers, nobody said Sammy Hagar. What's up with that?
Oh yeah, I was thinking David Lee Roth in my head, but I didn't even think about Sammy.
Sammy's better.
He can't drive 55.
Well, that's true. That's true. David was more interesting. I think Sammy was a better singer.
Yeah, he's a better singer, but David Lee Roth was more of a showman.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's all you really need to be. Well, when your guitarist is Eddie Van Halen.
Oh.
It's like, look at me, I'm here too.
I'm here too. We forgot Liam Gallagher.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that dude is like, his voice is like a bell, right?
I like how you can hear his accent when he sings.
You can.
Some people it goes away. I don't know if that's like a purposeful thing or not.
Like Lennon and them, you couldn't hear their accent. Well, even Lemmy, his accent went away when he sang. All those guys, it just disappeared. But not the Gallagher brothers. I always say that Liam was a singer, but they both sang, right?
I think they did. Now Wonderwall's stuck in my head, so thanks.
Now exactly.
Thanks for that.
Wonderwall lives rent free in your head now, brah. Never gonna take. No, I got George Michael in mind, so that's. Thank you, Pineapple. It don't take much around my house to get us singing that because the wife love her some Wham. Yep. All righty. So is that your undercarriage done? Like, is that the whole pan?
Yeah.
Wow. Looks clean. It's almost like you've gotten better at this.
Right? And the engine actually went into place without me, like, making it do it.
Yeah. It just set in there. I wish putting an engine in was that easy.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, so we were talking the other day about having to possibly change the automatic clutch in Gary's Fiesta, and he needs it done, but it's a very expensive job, and it just makes me think, man, in the 80s, all you had to do was climb underneath there You know what I mean? And detach it. It was 4 bolts, and you know, maybe you put the front end up, and it takes a weekend. You get it done. But in a new Ford Fiesta with front wheel drive, you got to drop the subframe to get to it. Like, no, thank you. If you could actually, you know, manipulate a car like you are, you know, on some sort of 3-dimensional hoist, it'd be so much easier.
It certainly would.
Since you've been gone, I'm out of my head. I can't take it. Could I be wrong? But since you've been gone, you can cast your spell, so break it. Oh, 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 oh. Since you've been gone. Come on now. There it is, Pineapple. Maybe that's the game we should have been playing instead of the top 4. What's the biggest earworm song ever?
What is it?
Oh, it's got to be like
Friday by Rebecca Black. That one gets in my head.
Friday gets in your head. It's an earworm. Oh, you've been playing that song on ukulele? That's cool. Since you've been gone. Yeah, Friday is a good earworm song. I say good when I mean bad. Like, that's terrible.
That's why it's such a good one.
I know, and it just sticks in there, and it don't go no. It's just with you. Baby Shark. Oh, come on, Disco.
Why'd you do that?
That's a good one too. That's a good one too. That'll be in there all day. There's a few, right? There was a Green Jelly song with the little bears dancing around. Those little jelly bears. Remember that? What was it? You know what? I don't want to think of it because if I do, it'll be stuck there.
Oh yeah, my friend got in trouble in 9th grade because she like raised her mom's phone bill like $30 listening to that song because she didn't know that she had to pay.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You for sure, along with the Crazy Frog. Yep. Oh, hold up. I got one. See if y'all remember this one. Crazy Frog. No, I'm not impressed with that. I swiped sounds from the old Fresh website Insanity Test. Oh, yeah, exactly. Yes, they did. Hey, what's up, Samo? How you doing, brah? Good to see you, my friend. Blessings on you.
Hello.
How you doing?
How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Samo, the question of the hour is the best earworm song. A song you hear once and you're singing it all day. You got one, Sam? Once you've heard that song, like it's just with you. How about Give Me One Reason, Tracy Chapman. Give me one reason to stay here, and I'll turn right back around. If I hear that, it is in my head for a good day, maybe 2. Give me one reason to stay here. I love Tracy Chapman's voice. Something about it. Yep. Tom said Wonderwall. What else have we said? Crazy Frog, Baby Shark. Y'all remember Magical Trevor? Magical Trevor used to get stuck in my head for a week at a time. That's a good one. How you been, Sam? Things good with you? I got a bit of a cold, so I keep taking my mic off to blow my nose, so apologies in advance. Pineapple says House of the Rising Sun. That's a good one. That'll stick with me. Disco, you do know that. You do know Magical Trevor. Yo, look. Magical Trevor was a thing. Look, when I was youth pastoring full time, like doing like the regular, like large group, junior high, high school group, all that stuff, when I was real into it, like Magical Trevor was everywhere. We used it for all kinds of stuff. Like we would like transition from one part of church to another. Like, oh, we doing worship. Now we're going to transition over to this. Or, oh, we doing prayer time. Oh, we're going to go to game time. Magical Trevor would come up on the screen and everybody knew it was transition time because we'd all like sing Magical Trevor as we went to the next thing. Yup. You might think his new trick is sick, sawing a pigeon in half with a stick. Look at that pigeon. Now it's in two. Take out the rear. It's having a poo. Clean up. It's aisle two. Aisle two. That's when the aisle where they sell the ragu. Yo, look. Magical Trevor is 10 times as slick as the last time you saw him. Yeah, that I think there were 3 Magical Trevor songs. Oh, is that the song you were doing at House of the Rising Sun? Was the one you did the disco demo or the demo of on Discord? I watched it, but I didn't remember which song it was. That was number 2, yeah. We'll ask Tom. Look, this is a test of age right here. I bet Tom's never heard of it.
Heard of what?
There's a reason why you never bought ragu. Have you ever heard of the song Magical Trevor?
No.
See. Disco and I are definitely the same era. I'm like, yeah. Weeble actually streams on Twitch. I've actually made a couple suggestions. He's using a song. Seriously. I've never seen Weeble on Twitch. I thought like he just died with YouTube. Seriously? I didn't know that. You never had ragu before. Pineapple says she's never tried ragu.
The pasta sauce?
Come on now. Come on now. Well, what do you got against salt and sugar? I wouldn't call it health food. That's where they sell the ragu, over on aisle 2. I know. All right, I got to give Tom a touch of Magical Trevor. Okay. The song is only 49 seconds long. Is that true? Why do I think it's super long? Why have I always assumed that it was a full song? Maybe because I've heard it so much. Maybe because I've heard it so many times. We'll see if Tom even recognizes it. My guess is the answer is no. He's going to have no idea what we're talking about.
Look at it now, disappearing the cow.
No, you don't know this, Tom?
Yeah, but it's catchy.
Taking a bow, it's
Magical Trevor.
Everybody's seen that the trick is clever. Look at him there with his leathery whip. It's made of magic and with a little flip. Yeah, the cow is back. Yeah.
Anyway, that's Magical Trevor, and it'll be stuck in my head all day. Thank you for that, guys. Thanks. Mr. Weeble, he's still really active. His streams are definitely 18 and over, though. Yeah, look, he does like a lot of parody music, and it can get weird. Yeah, his songs are all kind of like that, Pineapple. Yeah. I don't know if it's one of those deals where he puts it together in a certain time limit, like this was one afternoon, he did the Magical Trevor thing. If you do Magical Trevor on YouTube, there's like videos, like animated videos, and that's the stuff we used all the time on Youth Crew. We throw an animated movie up, and it was literally like, hey, you have a minute 15, apparently. These songs are like a minute long to get from one side of the building to the other for the next thing, and we'd all be listening to Magical Trevor. I don't know why, but there's something about his style, singer-songwriter, that kind of thing. Look, it is definitely a bad poem, no question. Hey, Samo, I saw you on another stream the other day. Who's your favorite? Like, what is your, look, I'm not fishing for compliments. What I am doing is, so I've seen you on a couple different streams. Who is your go-to? Like, who's your boy? Like, what's your number one? Like, on your, when it comes up, hey, 6 people are streaming right now. Who's at the top of that list for you, Samuel? Just curious, because I've seen your name pop up in other chats. So I'm like, I think we run in the same circles. That's my point. Like, when I'm watching for entertainment, I see Samuel around quite a lot. So just curious. Oh, Pineapple, you got your lunch. This mint chili sauce is hotter than exasperated? You mean expected? I don't think you mean exasperated. Maybe that's what you need, a hot sauce to clear your nose. You know what? Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Maybe I'll do some spicy chicken for lunch. Maybe it'll clean me out. That's good looking out. I may try that. I think just about every Friday I'm talking hot chicken. I just like hot chicken. No. Exasperated is exactly how I feel about food right now. I can't taste nothing. My head all stuffed up. It's exasperating. Chili sauce. I thought you said you were getting, hold up. Didn't you get kebabs? Isn't that what you said? Your kebabs came with a hot chili sauce.
Magical Trevor is pretty adorable.
See, it's stuck in your head now, right?
Yeah.
Tom's gonna go download all the Magical Trevor stuff because he's like, yo, that's still in my head. Chili mint sauce, a mint and chili. Huh. Well, I guess,
I
you know,
like chocolate mint ice cream, but mint chili seems a little.
well,
different.
mint sauce is traditional with lamb, right?
Yeah.
I mean, she's eating kebabs, so.
Oh.
But she said it was exasperatingly hot. Yes, if you're confused, Tom, that doesn't make any sense. I think she says it was hotter than exasperated. I think she means expected, and we've been teasing her about typing it wrong. Although I can't say nothing. I try to type in shout outs, and I can't even get people's names typed in correctly, so. Speaking of which, I have been very lazy on my shout outs today. All right, I'll be right back. I got Eileen upstairs. Eileen's bringing soup. I'm going to go open the door for her.
Oh, cool. Aw. That's sweet. Tom, how long do you think it will take to finish? Everything's pretty much put together except for the wheels. So paint the body and then things will start rolling. I love playing peekaboo with babies. I think it's so much fun. What I'll do at the store, like the grocery store, when the parents are loading stuff up and the baby's just staring at you, I always like dance and stuff. And then when they start to giggle, I act like I'm not doing anything. And just looking at the candy, flipping through a magazine. And then when the parents go back to doing whatever, and the baby's all calm down, I go like this again and get them all excited. Well, no, they're, well, maybe, but they're all giggling and smiling. Tom, teaser of babies. Make the grocery store a little more fun for the little guys.
Man, Eileen bought a huge pot of soup. I love Soup January.
Isn't it the best?
Soup January.
Yeah, I was telling them how when I see a baby at the store,
Yeah.
and they're, you know, the parents are putting the groceries on the cart and stuff, and the baby's just staring at you. I always do something to get them all excited and start laughing. And then when the parents look, I act like I'm not doing anything.
Like
I'll
it
be
wasn't
looking at the candy or flipping through a magazine.
like it was definitely not me messing with the baby.
And the kids all laughing and giggling. And then they'll turn around, I'll do it again. They're like, he really likes you. I'm like, oh, that's crazy.
That's really weird. How did he even know I was here? When we were visiting South Korea, when I was fairly young, obviously, I had just gotten married, visiting South Korea with the wife, and she told me that for children, you would say "aiyapada," which just means you're so cute. You say to kids, right? It's not oh, you're cute, like a come on, but like, oh, your kid's adorable, right? Aiyapada.
Yeah.
Because there were like a couple cousins and stuff that was little. So like that later on that week, while we were still there in Korea, we're at a grocery store, just picking up some travel food or whatever. And there's a mom with a baby. And I went, "Aiyapada," like that, without even thinking about it. And that mom turned around and was like, "Leave my child alone." And I was like, "Oh yeah, I don't know you, do I?" Oh, anyway. I got my son on my lap, teething, and I'm rocking him, typing to y'all with a wireless mouse on a screen keyboard. That's rough. You're muted while we listen to Cooling Water by Lee Williams. Cooling Water by Lee Williams. Nice.
That sounds relaxing.
It does. Yeah, no, like little kids don't really like me. I don't know what it is. I look unpleasant. I'm unpleasant looking. funny how that go. Kids like what they like, innit? So it is January here. Well, it's January everywhere, but for us, January is Soup January. So what we do in January is after church, we have soup in the fellowship hall, and anybody who came to service, or even people who just want to come for soup, they come in and we do like a hot soup lunch, because January is the first sort of cold month typically for us. So that's where I was. One of the ladies from the congregation was bringing a big old kettle of soup. Yup. Which is always good. Typically, I just make all the soups, and I make a different soup every week. But this year, for whatever reason, people wanted to make their own soup. They were excited about it. So people are bringing me soup, which is awesome. I knew a couple. He was English and a plasterer by trade. She was Italian. When they first met up and visited her parents in Italy, she taught him to say, "Please, can I have a cup of tea?" in Italian. So he went around saying that to everyone. But what she actually taught him to say was, "Hello, I'm a stupid English plasterer." That is awesome. He wondered why he brought so much joy and laughter everywhere he went. I love that, actually.
I don't know if I would find that funny or if I'd be mad. I think it'd probably be like a mix of both.
And he's all like, well, okay, I guess that's completely true. They were both Christians, so it was all like in good fun. Yeah, look. My Korean is real bad. So the problem is I pick up the accent before I pick up the words, so it sounds like I'm making fun of people, which is not my goal. But yeah, my Korean is real bad. I could look when we had little kids at home. I could call the kids. I could kind of reprimand them in Korean. You know what I mean? I could order food at the restaurants and stuff when we lived in LA, and we went to Koreatown like, well, basically every day. But that's been a while. I got very little left. So what's your favorite soup? Pineapple. What's your go-to soup? You know what? I don't even know why I'm asking. You're gonna say broccoli and rockets, isn't you? Isn't that the English soup? That is like the king of all soups in England, isn't it? Broccoli and rockets. Am I wrong? Whenever I'm watching anything produced in the UK, if they have soup, that's what it is. I think my go-to, gosh, what is my favorite soup? I like all the soups that are based on like cheese, like the cheddar. What's the other one? The French onion. Yeah, I like a French onion. Oh, and you know what? A good cream of mushroom with like actual big pieces of mushroom in it. Not like the canned cream of mushroom, but if you actually make cream of mushroom with like two or three different kinds of mushrooms, I love that. Sausage and veg, chicken and crouton. Ooh, man, we had a barley vegetable. I think that's what it was. Barley vegetable last Sunday. That was to die for. We do 2 soups every Sunday. We do one that's all vegetarian, and we do one that has meats in it. So the vegetarian was like a barley vegetable, and the meat soup was a tortellini. Yep, like a kind of like an Italian wedding. If you know what an Italian wedding soup is, that's what it tasted like, but yep. Anyway, those are the 2 soups from last week. This week, it looks like it's going to be, I don't know. I just saw one of the soups. I should know what it was. Don't remember. What we do is there is a sign up. If you make soup, you have to make a certain amount. But if you want to sign up and make soup, you can. If you don't, then we get restaurant supply soups, and I just heat them up on Sunday morning, put them in a big crock pot, like a big crock pot, and they just slowly boil up. Last year, I did all of them. Nobody was interested. Well, we don't make a big deal like, yo, you got to bring soup. I just said we're doing soup week, and this year, for whatever reason, people were like, yo, I want to make a soup. I want to make a soup. So like the first 6, 8 soups are just being made by people. I'll probably wind up making the last 1 or 2, as people have shown us their, like, you know, their favorite winter recipe or whatever. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty fun. So we do soup and then bread. So we do bread and butter. Ooh, just reminded me, I'm out of butter. I gotta buy butter today or tomorrow. Anyway, we do breads and butters along with soup. Hey, crazy uncle, you ain't wrong. Look, it's not, you ain't wrong. It's not really like I made the soups. I go to Restaurant Supply and I buy like frozen, just heat it up and serve it like restaurant. They're restaurant quality soups. They're really nice, but it is pretty expensive. Butter? Yeah, we're out of butter, so I need to buy more.
Butter soup?
But we don't have any more butter. I think last week we thought we had butter, but it was only margarine. Oh, Pineapple making fun of the way I say it. You say it, Tom.
Butter?
Oh, you say it a little more clear. Say it one more time.
Butter?
Yeah, you put 2 T's in it, just like me. Butter.
Butter?
Butter. Butter. How do you say it, Pineapple? Where would you put the accent? Where do you put the emphasis?
That reminds me of an imaginary friend I had when I was a kid.
Yeah.
His name was Matt, but it had 2 T's, so I always said Matt.
Matt. My cousin is named Matt. Butter. So you just do a silent T. Butter. So see, she puts the emphasis on the wrong syllable. Butter. If I'm not thinking about it, I think I just say butter, like I'm from Boston or something.
See, if you think about it too much, then you forget how you say it.
Crazy Uncle said I had a friend that used to say butter. Butter, that's a very East Coast thing. Butter. Yep. I put the butter in my cockies, next to my cockies. In my cockies, right next to my cockies. Yeah, butter, if you put a D in it, it's very East Coast, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I put the emphasis on the U. By the way, yes, I know it's emphasis. I'm playing. People are gonna be like, wait, do you actually say emphasis? No, it's emphasis. Butter. Yeah, so the point is I gotta buy more because we out. So I'll pick that up probably on Sunday. I get fresh bread. We got a grocery. We go to Yolks, Tom. Actually, you don't go, do you? You're not up yet. I go first thing on Sundays. I go to Yolks, and they have fresh bread. And I buy bread, and I'll be buying butter. And coffee. What else do I buy? Donuts. I buy all that on Sunday. That way it's fresh and ready to go. I don't know what I would do if I showed up and there was a problem and the grocery was closed. He was from Boston. Was he from Boston? He's from Boston, so yeah, it was East Coast. Yeah, exactly. Butter is very Boston. I do not have any Boston influence, I don't think. I got all kinds of accent influences. I don't think Boston is one of them.
Yeah, have you ever lived on the East Coast?
Not on the coast, I've never lived like that far. The farthest east I ever lived, probably Ohio. Yeah, it'd be Ohio.
I wouldn't really consider that East Coast.
No, it's the east side of the Midwest. Most people consider that proper Midwest, like, but it's not Middle America. Middle America is going to be like Nebraska, right?
Yeah.
So it's like the east side of the Midwest. Yeah, once you hit like Philadelphia, that's East Coast, right?
Oh yeah, there's no arguing that.
But I mean, but from Columbus, you can be in Philadelphia in like 3 hours.
That's not too bad.
Yeah. I mean, you can be in New York in 7.
All right, Ohio's pretty far east then.
Yeah.
Boston.
Boston's as east as it gets. You guys confuse me. East side of the Midwest. So it's the East, the West, or the Midlands.
Yes.
All right. So if you say I'm from the Midwest, if you're an American, you're like, yo, I'm from the Midwest. What you mean is Michigan, Ohio, Indiana, Illinois. So think like Chicago, Columbus, Detroit, Indianapolis, maybe. That's Midwest. If you say Middle America, what you mean is the flyover states. You mean Kansas, the Dakotas, most of Texas probably. Although some people consider Texas the Bay, but I think they're crazy.
Texas is so big though. You could be in the West, the Midwest, the South.
Yeah. Yeah, and so then if you're thinking the South, pineapple, you're talking Florida, Georgia, Mississippi, Tennessee, Alabama, New Orleans, Louisiana. Is that it? Kentucky, maybe.
Kentucky is like northern. It's more north than south, but more south than north.
They fought for the South in the Civil War, but yes. The question is, why would you want to go to New York?
Pizza.
Yeah. I used to go to New York. I wouldn't say regularly, crazy uncle, but I used to go every couple years. And I'd go for like a show, like a Broadway show or something, or I'd go get pizza, or I went to New York a couple days after 9/11, but just because I needed to experience it for myself. Why else have I been to New York? Go ice skating in front of that weird statue. What's that weird statue? 30 Rock. Huh, what's the statue of?
Statue?
Yeah, 30. You know the television show 30 Rock?
Yeah.
There's a statue out front, a golden statue and an ice rink right there. I don't know what that statue is.
Huh.
30 Rock's the name of the building. 30 Rockefeller Place. That's what it's called. It's too crowded. New York is too crowded. Look, it's you know what the problem is?
I think even New Yorkers would agree with you on that.
Yeah, New York is too crowded. I think it's too crowded to visit. I don't know if it's too crowded to live there. That's how I feel about LA too. People are like, there's too many people in LA. If you live there, that's not the case because you just go home. You know what I'm saying? You have your own space. If you visit,
that makes sense.
It feels like there's twice as many people as there are because you're out all the time. Pineapple says we have Northeast, Northwest, the Midlands, Southwest, and the Southeast. Yeah, y'all are more vertical, right? In terms of your directions. We're more east-west. So, for instance, we're in the Pacific Northwest. So we are on the West Coast on the north side.
And then there's a desert Southwest.
Right, and there's a desert Southwest, which is where LA is. Yep. And then there's the flyover states, which is usually middle America, the Midwest, which is middle of the country, but fairly north, actually, the South, and the East Coast. Then you got Alaska, which is the upper 40, north 40, right?
Yeah. And then Hawaii, which I a lot of times forget is part of America.
Yeah. Sister Pineapple says, but we're a lot smaller. It is quite a bit smaller. Crazy Uncle says it's too expensive to live there. $1 million for a single room flat. Yeah, that's about right. That's about right. If you want to buy an apartment in New York, they start at about $800,000. Yep. Depends on where. Depends on where. You can live in Brooklyn for about $500. But if you want to live like Manhattan or I don't know, Greenwich or something, yeah, you're gonna pay for it. But that's no different than LA. You want to live in LA, like a small house, like bungalows, they start at about $600 for a bungalow.
Well, LA is just West Coast New York.
In some ways, yeah. Sometimes I forget the UK is a large island. Well, look, Pineapple. Let's break this down. Can the UK really be an island when I can take a train from the UK to France? Haven't you like attached yourself to France? Wait a minute. Are you France's balloon? If Canada's the US's hat, because it is, we have the
Interesting thought.
Canada's the US's hat, which means that the UK is France's balloon because it's connected by that little string of the channel.
Yeah.
What do you think, Pineapple? Are you France's balloon? Does that make sense? It's kind of an odd shaped balloon. It's not round. No, we're France's crown.
Oh, that makes sense.
That makes more sense. Wait, but Italy's the boot, right? I guess that makes sense. You guys are north of Italy. Correct? Yes. Man, my geography is so bad. The UK's north of Italy, right? Northwest of Italy, I guess?
Yeah.
Okay, look, I thought as soon as I said it, I'm like, I better be right about this. I got it right, good. Look, this American education system, I wouldn't call it perfect. Northish, westish, yeah. Northist, westish. I cannot say that. Yo, are you actually to that point?
No, just because I still have to paint this.
Yo, you're getting so good.
If I started glued this in, then I couldn't paint it, but everything's fitting right.
Isn't it nice when it just works? Northish, I cannot say that. North-ish, west-ish. Can you say that, Tom?
Northish.
No
I
way.
thought it was gonna be easy.
My tongue doesn't go around that.
Northish, westish.
One more time.
Northish.
See? You can't say it.
Westish.
Look, I'm telling you,
That shouldn't be-
Americans can't say that.
That shouldn't be that hard, though.
No, I can't say. I tried 3 times.
I thought it'd be easy, and then I tried it. Like, well, wow.
Maybe American people can't say it.
I stumbled on that.
Yeah,
Northwestern.
it depends on what language you grew up speaking, you know? That's funny. So, I don't know if you've ever tried to learn a different language, Tom, but it takes a while before you start hearing things that aren't English, right? So if you're trying to learn Spanish, you got to get around the fact that your mind's always going to try to make it English and let it be in Spanish, right?
That makes sense.
Yeah, because otherwise you're just trying to like, oh, that's somebody speaking with an odd accent. Why can't I understand it? There's this thing in Korean that my wife still does once in a while, and that is there's 2 words that sound very different in English, but to the Korean ear, they sound like the same word. You ready? Kitchen and chicken. Chicken and kitchen.
I can see it.
Apparently,
I hear it.
for Korean people, those words, like, they hear them the same. So if you're not paying attention, I'll be like, yo, I'm going to the kitchen. And she'll be like, no, I already put the chicken away. And I'm like, no, I'm going to the kitchen.
I'm going to the kitchen to get chicken.
Right.
She just looks at you like,
She's like, what?
what are you talking about?
What are you talking about? Yeah, yeah. So I have to be careful when I talk about, I can't say that word because that is not fair. I can't be making fun of her when I can't say north-ish. I still can't say it.
North-ish, west-ish. It sounds, I don't know, makes my mouth sound full.
Trial of the day, say north-ish, west-ish. I cannot, that's how fast I can say it. I could not say it faster than that.
Rubber baby bumpers, rubber baby bumpers.
Rubber baby bumpers, rubber baby bumpers, rubber baby bumpers. That one's not too bad. How about red leather, yellow leather?
Red leather, yellow leather. Red, yellow. Red leather, yellow. Nope.
That's the one that actors do before they go on stage. It's supposed to loosen up the inside of your mouth or whatever. I don't know if it's true, but that's one of those exercises. Red leather, yellow leather. Makes you like stretch this way. Trial of the day. Say northish. I can't say it once. Northish, west-ish. Man, that Pineapple, can you actually say it, or are you just putting us through the ringer and you can't say it either?
Wouldn't that be funny?
Crazy Uncle says, how about Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers? That's a classic.
Wait, say shop 10 or shop 10 times?
Say the word shop 10.
Shop 10, shop 10, shop 10,
Shop 10, shop 10, shop 10, shop 10, shop 10, shop 10, shop 10, shop 10, like that? Or word shop, 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 word shop.
Word shop 10, word shop 10, word shop 10, word shop 10, word shop 10. I feel like we're doing it wrong. What do you do when you come to a green light? Stop.
Go.
Wait a minute.
You got Tom. You got Tom. Tom definitely said stop at a green light. He's lost his mind. He's lost his mind. Oh, that's good. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck should cook wood? How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Quite a lot.
Right, if he had free range to chuck all the wood he wanted?
I think so, yeah.
Or plot twist, he'd be so excited he would explode and it wouldn't end up chucking any wood.
Well, that's true. If he was completely full of wood after chucking it, would he pop? Could be. Could be. If you guys aren't following Crazy Uncle, what you doing with your life? Get in there and follow him. Hey, what's going on, Sprinkler? Thanks for that sub, man. Blessings. Scared when I front flip. Have you ever been to the county fair? I rode the fireball and I wasn't even scared. 4 months long, 4 months strong. Hey, all y'all, let's celebrate Sprinkler. Go ahead and meet me on that sweet, sweet dance floor. Let's see, what do you want to do? Let's do the love dance. Look, it's my favorite and Luce ain't in here, so ain't nobody to get upset. Here we go, let's do this thing. Oh, did it not play? Did it not play? I'm sure that I checked this. Hold up.
How you doing?
Everything else seems to play. Well, I want to play my love dance. I wonder if the file got corrupted. Oh no. Oh no. Sprinkler, do you move tomorrow? That is awesome, dude. Are you excited? How excited? Actually, let me rephrase that. How excited are you? Yeah, hey, don't y'all hit the redemptions. They're not working. I don't know why. Hey, happy for you, man. Happy for the new job. Happy for the move. Is the weather still rough? What you got going on weather-wise? This is what we're looking at today right here. I don't know why my redemption stopped working. They was working earlier. Do 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 do. See, this one works, right? Huh, I wonder why. It's just cold. You're around 0. Yeah, that can make for a tough day. Although it probably makes for an easy drive. You know, the actual like on the road stuff, when it's 0, it's usually okay. I don't think you have anything to climb, right? Not going to Wisconsin. It's not like you have any big passes or anything you have to get through. You'll probably be just fine. Sorry, my Stream Elements is not connected. I'm gonna try to connect it while we talk. I'm gonna make sure we're still connected. I'm not sure what happened. Not that it's a big deal. I like when all the bells and whistles are working. And today, I did have a problem earlier where I had to reboot everything. So I think I lost some stuff. Do 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 do. Just some hills, nothing crazy. Yeah, you're going to. That's what I'm gonna say. If you don't have to worry about climbing, the temperature's not gonna do anything to you. You're gonna love it, man. Do you have somebody going with you? You're not going solo, are you? Didn't you say your brother was coming or something like that? Yep, I think Stream Elements went down, y'all. The website doesn't even come up, so I think that's what's going on. Yeah, I'm actually there right now, Crazy Uncle, and Stream Elements didn't come up at all. It's weird because my my chat bot is working, but Stream Elements, the dashboard won't even boot, so. No, I got my brother, my sister, and my dad. All y'all. Look like a little family vacation in 0-degree weather in Wisconsin, where there's a lot of labor involved. That's awesome. It's a good family activity, let's be honest. Boo, 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 boo. Yep, I think when we rebooted, it must not have lined up. I think you're probably right, Crazy Uncle. I was just there. It's working now, but. Pineapple said, "How good is your English grammar?" My mom's was a teacher, and so grammar was a big deal. I do okay. I do okay at grammar. It doesn't mean I speak with correct grammar, but I can edit and write with proper grammar typically, yeah. I think I'd rather have a family gathering in Hawaii this time of year. Hey, Crazy Uncle, hey, we don't always get what we want, right? I don't know if Wisconsin in 0-degree weather hauling boxes around is my idea of a family get together, but hey, some families do it different. Apparently Sprinkler's family, they like that labor, that frozen, forced labor. Which is correct. The yoke of an egg white is white? Or the yolk of an egg are white? Well, it's the yolk of an egg is yellow, or the yolk of an egg are yellow. It's got to be the first one. The yolk of an egg is yellow. Yellow. Now the whites of an egg, they're white. So is the whites plural? If you have one egg, Tom, and you crack it into a bowl, it's a yolk, right? Or an yolk, depending on how you say the word.
Yeah.
But the white is whites.
Yeah, it's always whites.
It doesn't matter if it's one egg white, it's still the egg whites. Did I get it right, Pineapple? Was it yellow? Was that the catch? Was that the catch? Look, I like grammar. I think the an is interesting though. Most people say the yolk of an egg is white. Yeah, but the yolk of an egg is yellow. I caught your trick. But the real question is a versus an. Now, I think Americans and British do the and thing a little bit differently. I don't think we have the same rules, or we don't follow them the same way. Like, the a and an is all about the vowel that is the next word, right? So I would say an animal or a dog. Even though we're talking about the same thing, it's all about the next syllable. But the British, they don't do that, right? It's not about the syllable, it's about the pronunciation of the syllable, not the actual spelling, if I'm not mistaken. Do you understand my question? Am I understanding that right? Yes, a dog, an animal. But I've heard people say and based on the pronunciation, not the spelling. Hey, what's up, Wise? How are you? 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 Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Good to see you. Throwing up that shiny star. Good to have you. We was talking about grammar today. We was talking about grammar. We also did the Mount Rushmore of rock and roll singers. What's your top 4? And what's the biggest earworm? The song, and once you get it in your head, you can't get rid of it. Those are our 3 big questions, and we're building an 86 El Camino. Flat Cap was showing off his Weiss in his fish tank today. Oh, nice. That's right. He named his. Oh, there's a good one. Did he name his fish or did he name his fishes? There's another grammar question. Did he name his fish or did he name his fishes? I have heard it used both ways. Honestly, I think the correct grammar is his fish. But for some reason, fishes sounds right in my head. He names one fish, but he has names for some of his other fish. Okay, got you. So you are going to say fish. You're never going to pluralize fish then. Interesting. What do I call a fish with no eye? I don't know how to pronounce it. Like that? Oh, I spelled it wrong. Excuse me. FSH sounds like a high school sports team. What do you call a deer with no eye? A deer with no eye. I don't know. Blind, I guess? What do I call a deer with no eye? No idea. Come on. Wasn't I telling you couldn't type earlier? Now I can't type. See, some of my redemptions work. Can I tell I was in the Christmas? Really? Is this where you got it from? What do you call an animal with no ears? It don't matter. They ain't gonna hear you anyway. Come on, crazy uncle. What do you call an animal with no ears? It don't matter. They can't hear you anyhow. See, I'm gonna pretend that joke was mine. Thank you, crazy uncle. I'm gonna perpetrate. It don't matter. They can't hear you. It's really annoying me that I can't get this redemption to work. All the rest, there's like just a couple of them that don't run, and I don't know why.
What do you call a deer with no eyes and no legs?
What do I call a deer with no eyes and no legs? Matt? I'd call him Matt. How about you, Tom? Speed bump?
Yeah, I guess. Speed bump.
Venison? Still no idea. That's true. Still no idea.
That's a pretty good answer. What do you call a deer with no eyes or legs? Venison.
Yeah, absolutely. Although, I think you actually eat the legs when you make venison. My family got COVID. Been sitting in. I think I'll probably shovel snow once it stops snowing. Also, watching plastic surgery video. Wait. Plastic surgery videos? You sitting home with COVID, you feel horrible, and you're watching plastic surgery? That would make me feel worse, I think. Is it cool, or are you interested in that? Maybe it's fascinating if you know what's happening. Plastic surgery scares me. I'm under the weather too. Wise. I've been sniffling at everybody all day. 2 days now. I spent about 2 days mostly sleeping, and I'm finally where I have to get up and do, and I don't like it. Tom spent 13 hours shoveling snow day before yesterday.
15.
15? 15 hours. That's a long shovel day, but hey, man, when it's time to get paid, you go get paid.
Right? That's what's nice about it. That's what keeps me going.
Yep.
I think, we still have places to do. I'm like, it's money.
Absolutely.
Work really hard for 24 hours straight, and then you can just kick back for 2 weeks and not feel bad about it.
That's it, man. Hey, Tom, my nose is all full. You want to pray for Wise?
Yeah. Lord, please be with Wyatt and his family as they deal with COVID. Please let it be a mild case. That'll clear up quickly so they can feel better and go back to their daily lives. Be with Wyatt and as he shovels the snow and clears the way for the mailman to give them the things in the mail they need, and probably delivery people too, since they can't leave the house. Let it be quick, easy, and speedy recovery for all of them. We pray in your name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Tom. Appreciate you. And it is Sister Wise. Sister Wise.
Oh, my fault. I'll remember next time.
You're all good. Actually, it has more to do with what celebrities did or didn't get work. I'm too broke to get it anyway. I don't know what I would get. Tom, if I just handed you like 50 grand and I said go get plastic surgery, what would you get? See, dudes are like, I don't know, nothing.
Right? I don't know. I mean, I'm not the best looking person in the world, but I can't think of anything like if I could change that, I would.
Yeah, I have too much nose. I'd like to have less, but I think at this point in my life, I'm, ain't nothing else to say about it.
But that's how I feel about my broken tooth. The dentist is always like, we can fix that if you want. Like,
Yeah, you could.
but it's me. I broke it in like 2nd grade,
Yeah.
1st grade. I mean, at this point, if I was gonna do it, I would have done it by now. And then if I fixed it, probably just get knocked out. So
That's true.
just because I fixed it.
Tom, you got a snowblower or are you just using a shovel?
Both. We switch off. But last time I did mainly shovel because I'm kind of the new guy, so I want to like prove my worth.
Yeah, low man on the totem pole.
Yep, which I did. They called me a beast and said I can't believe how long you can shovel. But we'll switch to like I'll be on the snowblower for a while, then I'll shovel, or I'll shovel, then I'll do the de-icer.
Hope everyone feels better soon. Thank you, Pineapple. We're trying, man, and I want Wise and the whole family to feel better as well. It's tough, man. I'm pretty sure that we don't have the COVID at my house, just a little bit of a head cold. I've had all the boosters and all that. I even had a flu shot this year, so I think it's probably just a head cold, but I hate it. I'd have longer fingers so I could play the piano properly. That's interesting. Can they do that? I think they can, actually. I saw somebody get their legs lengthened once. That was pretty cool. They say that men with the largest lower appendages stutter. So with your 50K, I would develop a stutter. I feel, look, crazy. I feel you, man. I feel you. That surgery, by the way, is a tricky one, man. That surgery is a tricky one.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine it's very simple.
Well, there's like a couple, I don't know what they call it, Tom. There's like these lines of cartilage that hold everything kind of in place. And the way they do it is they snip those lines of cartilage so it all loosens.
Huh.
So you don't actually add anything to your manhood. It just appears that you have.
Interesting.
Because there's no muscle, right? So I don't know that they can lengthen in the same way you could like add calf extensions or whatever. I don't think they can lengthen in that way because it's just flesh. Anyway, you want to get into all the details.
Dr. North.
Yeah, well, look, I can't even. Why do I know that?
I didn't even think about that.
That is really weird. How do I know that? I must have watched a documentary or something. At one point in time, I was just gobbling up documentaries, like one a day for like, a year.
Right.
I was just really into it for a minute. It must have been one of those. I don't know.
Get a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Well, the other day I was stretching my back. Ow, something cracked. And you know those medieval torture devices where they just like pull
Stretch
you apart?
you, yep.
I had an idea to make one of those, but instead of like ripping you apart,
Yeah.
just gives you a really good stretch.
You know what? It's not a horrible idea. I don't know if you've seen, there's videos of people that work out a lot, and there's this trendy video now that after your workout, they hang on a bar so their spine will decompress, and they get like an inch taller. It's crazy to watch.
Huh.
Yeah. Because they've had all this weight on them for, the last hour or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. The videos were focused on Hollywood celebs, but the plastic surgeons said their main clients were social media celebrities. I bet, Wise. I had a friend who was, I lived in LA. I think I've said this before. I had a couple friends that were actors, like kind of on the side, like not big time actors, but a couple writers, couple directors, that kind of thing. And the one guy said he kept losing parts when he'd go in for jobs, and he'd ask his manager why, and they would all say the same thing. He was a young guy, and he had like skinny little baby calves. So the back, it's calf, right? The back of your.
Yeah.
And he would work out. He was a good-looking kid, you know, but he couldn't get bigger calves. And so they recommended him getting calf implants to make his calves look more natural. It was weird.
Do you hear the song?
Yes. This is Black Hole Sun.
Yeah.
How are we playing Black Hole Sun legally?
I don't know. I was gonna say when you get dinged, it was a.
Look, it literally. You see what I'm reading here, Tom?
Yeah,
Copyright-free lo-fi, and it is definitely Black Hole Sun that's playing. It is. Look. Well, when I get a ding later, I'm going to yell at these guys.
Right. Hey, take it up with these guys.
Yep. All right. Well, it is sad. Well, he was a young guy, and the stuff they needed was like, you know, your beachgoer friend, number 3, standing in the background. But his legs looked weird because even though he was in great shape, he didn't have any calves. Yep. I don't know if he ever did it. I don't know if he ever did it.
I always liked actors that looked like normal people.
It is nice, yeah. Did you watch?
Look.
Did you watch? What was that television show? Medicine Woman.
Oh, Dr. Quinn.
Do you ever watch Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman?
Not really.
No. Pineapple. Did you watch Dr. Quinn? Wise. Did you watch? Anybody in here watch Dr. Quinn? You can always delete the VOD. Yeah, they've upgraded that as well, Pineapple. They'll let you mute that section if you want, which is what I've been doing. There's a couple walk-ons that ring up every time, and I just say delete them. Not on the regular. Your mom watched a bit of it? Okay, so in Dr. Quinn, they fairly regularly would go into this like pub, I guess. A bar. They went into this bar, this old-time Western bar, right? And just like in Cheers, there's one guy that was always there on a bar stool. Okay? If you guys remember, if you remember that scene from your days of watching Medicine Woman, Dr. Quinn, that dude sitting on the bar was a member of my church. And that was his only acting gig. He did that gig, and he did print ads for Harley Davidson. That's all he did. That was his whole career.
Really?
He stood on that bar stool and would have like one line every episode, just say hello to somebody or whatever. That was it. And if you go back on old Harley ads, there's a fairly large Greek guy with a big beard in like most of the old school Harley ads from like the 90s to 2000s, and it was him. Anyway, he was a member of my church. He's a great guy. He was nothing like a Harley rider or a Wild West cowboy, but those were the kind of film stars I knew, like on the fringes, you know?
So how did it pay?
What's that?
How did Dr. Quinn pay? Like,
It apparently, from his story, it paid really terribly until he got speaking roles, because he was there so much. If you say a single word, you get scale. And scale means it's a certain fee, but every time that episode plays, he get paid again. So you wanted to be on scale.
And then every time there's a rerun,
He gets another check, yeah. Yeah. Yep. You know, I'm going to have to look it up now to see if I can get a picture of it. Hold on. Look, now that I've said it out loud, I gotta look it up, see if I can see a picture of him. Dr. Quinn, right? Is that what it's called? Do-do-do. Let me see if I can find a picture of him. I'm looking. I think he has since passed. He was an older guy. I'd already left that church by the time it got to that point, but I'm fairly certain he had passed away. See if I can find a photo of him. Like I said, it wasn't a big part or anything, but. I didn't realize that there were all these like beefcakes, and I'm looking through all the pictures of Dr. Quinn. There was a lot of just shirtless dudes in that show. I don't remember that. If I can remember the name of the bar, this would be a lot easier. Maybe it wasn't a bar, maybe it was like a restaurant. I'm seeing a few photos of them in like a diner, bar kind of thing. Not on the regular. You also have to be in an Actors Guild union. Yeah, you gotta be in the union. Crazy Uncle, you did. Oh, you know what? I think you told me once that you were an extra. That's pretty cool. My only problem with that, I got asked to be an extra a couple times. My only problem is it's a whole day and you mostly sit there. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of doing nothing. The show Bobby, you guys remember the show Bobby about Bobby Kennedy as a child? They filmed a large portion of that at my church, at the church that I was working at, I guess. I was gonna say my church. I wasn't the senior there. I was the associate pastor there, one of the associate pastors there. So anybody that wanted to like be an extra on that show was like invited. And anyway, yeah, they used us as like a staging area. We had an elderly man who went to my church, whose daughter was a major actor on a TV soap opera. He was a lovely man. He taught me how to play the piano accordion. Oh, that's cool. Unfortunately, he died. So at the funeral, his daughter and some of the other actors went. She also came to church for a while after. It was strange seeing her on TV. It is. It's a weird thing. It is a weird thing. Know somebody and then see them on television is bizarre. For non-speaking roles, you don't have to be in the union. But the moment you speak one word, yeah, maybe that's the way to describe it, Crazy Uncle, is because his role became recurring and he started to talk, that's where like the money happened. Yep. I can't find a picture of it though. I mean, I found a couple pictures of the bar, but I can't find him.
I know, but when you said soap opera, I didn't realize it was you, and I was all excited thinking maybe one of you guys knows someone from my soap opera.
Oh yeah, Tom's a soap opera guy. Hey, what's up, Orange?
Orange.
Gangster Twitch up in the house. How you been, brother? Good to see you.
This song was in the truck at work the other day. It made me think of you.
Maybe think of Orange. Whenever you hear that song now, you're like Tupac and Orange. They're the same thing, right? How you doing, Orange? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing?
Tupac, that's Coolio.
It is Coolio. I said
How you
Tupac.
doing?
It is. Thank you for that. It is Coolio. Would you rather be Tupac or Coolio? I guess the answer is Coolio because Tupac gone.
Coolio's gone too, but he got longer, so I guess I'd say Coolio.
I guess Coolio lived a lot longer. Coolio died of a disease, right?
Yeah, pretty recently.
Yeah.
Like last year?
Like liver cancer or something crazy like that?
I watched The Bold and the Beautiful.
I don't know why that's funny to me.
I started watching it when my mom broke her ankle like
Yeah.
6, 7 years ago, and now we're hooked.
Now you're still watching it.
A lot of episodes are really boring, but once you know the characters, it's fine.
Yep. You watch it every day, isn't it?
Yeah, every day it's on. But see, I'm lucky because it's on demand, so I don't have to be home at 12:30. So I can watch it in the evening. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't be watching it. Well, I wouldn't be watching it still. Like in the old days where it's on and it's on.
Yeah, then you miss it.
It's good.
Since you were asking about what work you want done, I don't know. I'd like to find some way to lighten my teeth, clean up my acne scarring. I don't know, maybe start going to the gym regular. Yeah, you know what? A lot of that like complexion stuff, it actually takes care of itself if you're getting all the toxins out, if you're actually working out. I know that sounds crazy, but it's true. Teeth, yeah, I could do a better job with my teeth probably.
I could go for wider teeth.
I don't get that one. You don't get Bold and Beautiful? It's been running for a long time.
1987, I think.
Nothing like sitting at home with a Snuggie down for a soap opera. Fair enough.
Right?
Crazy Uncle said, he found this in Wikipedia. September 28th, 2022, he was discovered unresponsive on a bathroom floor at a friend's house in LA. Was pronounced dead at the scene by first responders. He was 59. No, Coolio died from fentanyl. I thought it was like a heart condition or something like that.
I think he had a heart condition.
Chronic asthma. What in the world? Accidental overdose, fentanyl, heroin, and methamphetamine. With cardioempathy, so yeah, it was a heart attack, but it was caused by a bunch of chemicals. I didn't know that, Crazy Uncle. Did you know Coolio was an addict? I wouldn't have guessed that.
I can see it, I guess.
Yeah?
That's quite the trio, though.
Yeah, that is not the kind of thing you want to put in your body all at once.
I mean, either one of those isn't real good.
No. So which would which is the worst way to go?
Drive-by still, probably.
Drive-by is probably still the worst way to go, huh?
Instead of just nodding off and being done, you'd have the terrifying moment of getting shot at.
I mean, beauty doesn't really matter all that much at the end. Hey, you're not wrong, Wise. I honestly think that the cosmetic surgery, the surgery part is worse than the benefit you get from the surgery, my opinion. Oh man, Tom, you got like 3 minutes, bro. We're at the end already.
Oh, wow.
I wasn't paying
Today
attention.
went fast.
We almost went over. Orange Crush says cement shoes are the worst way to go. Fair enough. That sounds worse than both of them.
Right?
Crazy Uncle said most guys from that era are. Look at Snoop. Yeah, I mean, Snoop, it looks like, at least when you hear him talk about it, he's not real shy about his smoking, but at the same time, I don't know that he's out of control like some guys got. Maybe he was at one point.
If he had a regular person's job, it would be different.
I think so. I don't know that he could hold down a 9 to 5. I'm not sure.
Like if he did the same thing he does now and wasn't like a millionaire rapper.
Yeah, you'd be like,
I feel like he wouldn't be able to.
You'd be like, yeah, that guy's just a bum. Yeah, that's true. Hey, Crazy Uncle, thanks so much for being here, man. Snoop and Willie. There's a really interesting video about Snoop talking about Willie and Willie talking about Snoop. It's pretty wild. The weirdest one is Snoop and Martha.
Yeah, talk about an odd couple.
Yeah, that's really wild, man. Hey, if no one has told you yet today, I want you to hear it from me. I love you and Jesus loves you. Nothing like being with his people. I love you. Brother Tom loves you. And God loves you. There's no reason to walk this life alone. Go ahead and join our Discord if you're not in there already. Connect with us. Let us know about your life, about your struggles, about your builds. Share pictures of your hometown. There's a couple cool selfies in there right now. What else we got going? We missed yesterday, which is our normal church service. We'll be back for you next Thursday, assuming that we're not snowed in again. If we get snowed in again, I'll just do it myself from the desktop. But Tom worked all night, and then I woke up with a serious head cold, and so we just did nothing. Assuming one of us is healthy next week, we'll be back with you next week. Monday, of course, is game day. Tuesday is the study in James. Next Friday, we're back with another build. Thank you guys so much for being here. Let me see who's on. I never did find that picture of Dr. Quinn, but that's all right. That's all right. Let me see if I can see who else is doing their thing right now. If you have any of those mod emotes, go ahead and throw them up and say thank you to everybody for hitting us up in this mod world. We love you. Appreciate all of the things that you do. We had a few mods in here with us today. We got a couple GM beers. Uncle Diddy is on. It looks like he's playing Farlight though. Or we could go to Beard. You guys want to see Bearded Baritone? Have you guys been over to this place yet? Pop in and say hey to Beard. Why don't we do that? Why don't we? You know what? Why am I even asking? I'll stay for the raid, but then I'm going to leave and go lay down. I feel you on that, brother. I thank you so much for popping in. When you get over on the raid train, just let them know that North Hill Live has sent you. I'm not going to stick around very long because Tom and I have a hard out today. There he is. He's playing Palm World. He's a good guy. By the way, if you like that kind of ASMR voice, Bearded Baritone has the best voice in the game. I'm just saying.
Does he?
Yeah, it's incredible. You'll hear it here in just a second. God bless you guys. Thanks so much for being here. For real. Love you.
That's brutal.